right, then I believe too. And with that, there's only one thing left to say. Let's rev it up!
Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, I want to talk about a topic that Glasgow brought up. Because he was talking about how you, like, why should you listen to YugiTubers? Like, why should you listen to us? And even the bigger channels, like way bigger than, like, just the bigger channels. Like, why should you listen to us? And pretty much his points were like, there's some that are just not, they don't even have a top, they're nonetheless a win. Like, why should you listen to competitive advice from a YugiTuber where they themselves are no better than you? And to a point, that's correct, because at the end of the day, us YugiTubers, me, we just started doing these videos because whatever that might have been. Like in my case, I got a bit of a push from winning the my first regional. That's what kind of influenced me. Like, oh, you know what, man? Like, I think this can work. So then I tried to share my ideas, and it just started getting some traction. It went on Vexicus channel. It went on my friend Mike's channel, Simply Slim. Went on his channel, and then when I won the Minerva, it went on House of Champs. Thank you, John. And that's because of the, well, not necessarily, not. I mean, of course, anyone that wins, they'll be featured, because people want to see what wins. People want to see, well, that they won. But the fact that I did it with the deck that I did, it just made it more satisfying, because I tried to make something work that was not meant to work, and ended up pulling it off. That's really cool. And I think that's where that's where it is. You want to kind of what's that damn word, man? You want to get casuals. I think that's where it is. You have to get casuals into the competitive scene, because I think there's way more casuals than there is competitiveness. Because how many times do you go to regionals, to a big event, and you end up playing that player that it's not playing the top tier deck? There's a bunch of casuals, man. Like, and like, there's so many casuals. Like, how many times have you been like, oh man, I just lost this random deck because they're playing rogue. They're playing something that is not top tier, that is not meta, because they don't like meta. They don't whether it be because it's too expensive, whether it be because they don't like the strategy of it, whether it might be just the whole fact of just not wanting to do what everyone else is doing. Because everyone wants to be unique. That's a big factor as well. Everyone wants to be their own person, and Yu-Gi-Oh! To an extent can allow that. And I think that's where the main target is, getting casuals into the competitive scene. Because like Glasgow said, you're not gonna convert. That's the word, convert. There you go. You're not gonna convert a competitive player into watching you into like a casual. Well, you can, because they'll be like, oh, with competitive players, they try to play a different deck. It's not meta. It's my fun deck. It's my fun deck. If you put time into it, man, if you took thought and took time, of course it's not a meta deck, but like, people use that excuse to kind of justify, oh, if I lose, this is only like my fun deck, you know, like, this is my fun, this is my real deck. Oh, that's like, what the heck are you talking about, man? you playing a deck because you think it can do good. Playing a fun deck is like playing like a themed deck. That's like, I think that's a fun deck. Oh, just playing for fun. But if it actually has some sort of strategy to it, and you add some thought into it, it's not a fun deck. Of course, like, oh, it might be a fun deck, but I think that's just a justification of, in case I lose, this is just my fun deck, you know. Let me, oh, come on, man, just take it for what it is, man. You took time to building that deck. Why not just be like, oh, just play, you know, like, I don't get it. But yeah, like, I think like you're not gonna get a competitive player to um to like change their mind into how a competitive idea or a concept should be, because they're a competitive player. They're gonna be aware and they're gonna know, oh, you know what? Why the heck should I listen to you and I'm better than you? Like, that's not gonna work. So I think where it has to start is converting casuals into competitive, because that's where the main issue is. Like, I think that's where I got a bit of success in, because I played a deck that's not meta and actually managed to accomplish something. And at the end of the day, that's what people want. People are gonna want proof. They're not, like, if you meet a total stranger, right? You meet a total stranger, they tell you, "Oh, I'm the best in the world, and you're like, okay, so what do you mean? Like do you have any proof?" And then, no. Like, so how can they believe you if you have no proof? So in my little journey within these 8 months, I managed to win regionals and win in Minerva with a deck that is not meta, and people catch on to that because they're like, oh, that's enough proof. This guy must know what he's talking about. So that's how I developed my traction, and I think that's where it has to be. But that can be so draining. Like, that can be so draining. Try to maintain and work on a deck through a span of period of time, and try to succeed with it. And it can be a little bit discouraging when you're just not getting the success, and it's just not working out. Because that's something I'm dealing with right now. Like, me having success with synchros and synchrons and dark synchro, and I'm gonna come into like a halt, like a stop, because new cards are coming out, and I have to rethink and reinvent certain just the deck itself. Like, barrier is a big hinder that I'm having trouble with, and it's hard to want to be an example of, oh, you know what, you can be an example of being able to succeed without having to play the top deck, without having to pay all this money to win, because that's another big issue as well. Like having to buy strikes, having to buy Pot of Desires, having to buy the it card for that format or for that time period. And that's where people are like, man, I don't want to pay all this money for that. Like, because it can be like, most people, like, some people, they've been doing it for a while, so they're aware that, okay, I know how the market fluctuates, and I know when I can get rid of cards, and I know when I should get rid of cards. But other players don't. Other players, they're kind of like hesitant, like, I want to buy a card and then have it depreciate, and then, like, I'm stuck with it. Like, I'm not gonna make money back. Like, most people don't want to deal with that, so that's why they go to casual, where it's they can afford to play their deck, their favorite deck. And I think that's where it has to be, where you kind of want to convert casuals into the competitive scene, because you don't want them just to show up. You want them to actually think and believe that they have a chance. Because it sucks when you go somewhere and you're expecting to lose and not do well. Like, that's like the worst attitude you can possibly have. Already feeling like you're gonna lose. Like, so then what's the point of playing? Like, you if you enter something, it's because you want to win. You want to do well. And I hear this a lot. Like, yeah, I'm just doing it. Man, like, let's take it for what it is, man. Like, you playing this game because you like it, you enjoy it, and why have to justify yourself so you can maintain this persona that you want to be perceived as? Like, come on, like, if you really want to do something good, like, you have to put effort. Like, you have to be willing to put a little bit of effort, and that's kind of what I want to do here with this channel. That's what I'm doing here. I'm testing and testing and testing and testing, and oh my god, I'm getting a headache of so much testing, because I want this I want this to work, and I want to be able to show my subscribers, the ones that have been following me, the ones that subscribed to me recently, because I got like 100 something in like less than 2 weeks. That's pretty cool. Thank you. For those of you that are new, yeah, like I want to be able to show you that, okay, you can do this without having to spend all this money, without having to listen to what everyone else is saying, because sometimes majority of the people out there, they're really narrow-minded, and sometimes they can just say things and like without even having the actual reasons behind it, just because someone else said it, and then just going along with it because everyone else is saying it. And that's just that's like a peeve, man. Like, oh my god, that's like. But then it comes back to it, their opinions. Whether you choose to listen to them, that is up to you. Whether you choose to go against it, that's up to you as well. And I think that's where it just ends at that. Converting casuals into competitive, because a competitive player will not listen to you. They just won't. Like they have their mindset already. They see what is and what isn't, and there's nothing wrong with that. That means you know what you're doing. But for those that are still kind of like, there's nothing wrong with that either. It's okay to listen to other people's opinions. If you share the same interest, if you share the same mindset, then that's fine, because you have that in common. That's why you listen to him. That's why you listen to her. That's why you listen to that particular person. And yeah, it just. I mean, the answer is there. It's just some people just don't know how to articulate themselves, and it's you will understand how important it is to be able to articulate your thoughts, because some people think it's easy, but how many times have you seen yourself or heard someone else say what you wanted to say, except you couldn't? But oh yeah, you know what? I knew that already. I knew that. I knew. That's when you know that you're having issues articulating yourself, and that can be a bit frustrating at times, because you know, but you just can't let it out, and that's something that's something you can improve on. You just gotta keep you just gotta keep practicing, like anything. Don't be hesitant. Speak your mind. But understand that there's consequences for everything you say, whatever that might be. There's always like a domino effect. You say something, someone's gonna respond, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think I got lost in this speech. And this is the updated version of the Dark Synchro deck that I've been working on. And Power Giant has been, it's so cool, because I was like, I need more discard outlets. So why not have more Power Giants, more quick draws? Because like, it just unclogs your hand. And then War Arfdal as well, I bumped it up as well, because War Arfdal just gets you level leader, and it's in this build, it's really important. You need to have that level leader as fast as you can, whether it be Armageddonite, whether it be call it. Yeah, that's crazy. He got over my Quasar with it. Oh god. I'm gonna just do it again. I'm just gonna do it again next turn. Yeah, Omega's really cool. Oh man, oh man, oh man. If you're still watching, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for watching this long. Trish twice. I didn't put the deck list. Alright, so here's the deck list. The video was a bit long, but yeah, I was trying to see if I can gather my thoughts in there. Okay, so pretty much, I bumped up the War Arfdals, because in this build, like, since you have more, like, 6, like, we have 9 quick draws, so it's like 3 tunings, 3 quick draw, 3 Power Giant, because you want to be able to discard these. And if you don't open up Knight and this, then you're gonna the odds are you might open up this any of these 1-stars, and then you could open up this and just have a discard outlet and then go off that way. and so far it's been pretty good. I did like 20 something games, and the only times I lost was when they had like Dark Law, but that's when side deck comes in. Like that's when side deck comes in and helps you for that. And like out of 20 games, I only lost like 4, like 3 or 4. So it was pretty good. So if you were to convert it, like pretty much I had lost 2 out of 10 games pretty much. So that was a pretty good showing. And yeah, like the only time I lost was like playing against barrier statues. Like there was a bunch of barrier statues. Like what the heck? Yeah. So then you pretty much, and I was considering of putting Natura Beast because this guy's Earth, and it's so easy to make Natura Beast because this guy. And yeah, so I don't know. I wasn't sure, but yeah, it's something you can do. And everything else is the same. I took out the Upstart but I want to put the Wonder Piece back in. Because if you saw in the video, like there was a lot of times where I got burned for like 2K, like 4K. I was like, oh my god! So if I draw one day, I can use it and not take the burn at the end phase. So I'm thinking of putting one day again, because I hate getting that burn. Like just half my life points going away. But I don't know. But yeah, everything's the same. And then a side deck Jinzo, sitting against Paleo, because like if you you're better off having this than to have to play through back row. So you can easily just like discard special, level E quick draw, and then tribute the level eater, and then level E Jinzo, and then go into Jet Warrior. So that's 45 right there, and it's good because it can get over Toad. So that means it would leave them to have Rodent Toad stuff in the grave or draw into Swap Frog. So that's really good. And then yeah, everything's pretty simple. It's pretty standard. But yeah, just answering to the Glasgow video that I watched, because I had that on my mind too as well. Like why? Yeah, but I just came to the conclusion that people can listen to whatever they want to listen to. I think I don't know. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Give a like if you did. Put comments down below if along the lines of the same topic of should you or do you listen to anything I have to say. I hope you do, because that's kind of why I do it, because of my interest and your interest as well, because this is so cool when I hear you guys say you play the deck and you have success with it. That's just like the best feeling, because it's like it's influencing and it's good, it's good positive. And that's awesome. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching, and try it out. Let me know what you think.